say hello to heaven.
Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Zachary's Kitchen. Now, it's been a while since we've been back in the kitchen. Been busy with the holidays. Just want to give a quick shout out. Hope everyone had a good Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hope your year's off to a good start. We're a weekend, and I hope everything's going well. You're sticking to everything you hope and dream for. So what I'm going to be making today is something that has been widely requested. Get this question like, Zachary, how do you get your pancakes so thick? How do you get them so fluffy and so delicious? And why do you go through all this work to make a pancake? Well, you're going to find out once you make it for yourself and see here. These pancakes are great. Fairly easy to make. Take a few ingredients that you may already have laid around the house. Fairly inexpensive. I was asked about the cost of it. So what we're going to first add in here, I'm going to half what I usually do because I'm just making a pancake for your boy right now. Just a half cup of flour. Flour can range from anywhere $2 to $3, but that's something you always should have on hand, especially being an avid baker. So I'm going to throw that in there. Next step, I like to sprinkle in some cinnamon. Cinnamon's a great flavor to have. This was $1 at Kroger. Lasts me a while. I have an extra one. I thought I would need more, but it's always good to have extra cinnamon. I sprinkle in a little salt. I don't really measure it out, but just a little bit. And then the next dry ingredient we have here is baking powder. So my normal recipe calls for 3 scoops, so I'm going to do 2 just to make somewhat even, maybe 1.5, maybe 1 3/4 here. This baking powder is really what gives you your pancake the rise. It rises it up like our Lord, and that's what gives it the fluffiness. So that's most of the dry ingredients. The only thing we're missing out here is our granulated sugar, which calls for a tablespoon. In the real recipe, the half recipe, half tablespoon. I'll go 3/4 here. Alright, so that's it for the dry ingredients, believe it or not. I'm going to grab a whisk out here. Get these all mixed in here well combined. And then we'll add in our wet ingredients. First one I always like to add in is our oil. So just a vegetable oil. Regular recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. I'm going to do 1, maybe 1/4 here. Well, this oil is probably $1 and some change, so inexpensive. You're always going to have cooking oil laid around if you're either cooking or baking, so it's a good thing to have. So fairly inexpensive on that as well. Next, I'm going to give a little splash of some vanilla. Vanilla can range in price greatly depending if you're buying real, extract or imitation vanilla. It doesn't matter. I use the cheap stuff for my pancakes. If I'm going to bake something nice, I'll probably splurge and spend more. I do a little squirt of honey. You don't have to do that. I love honey. I love sweetness. Next, you're going to use a farm fresh egg. Eggs that range, $1 or less. Crack my egg in here. 1 egg. That's for the normal recipe too, but unfortunately you can't split an egg in half, and if you do find a way to do that, please let me know. Next, I'm going to add in some milk. Milk calls for 3/4 of a cup in the regular recipe, and I don't know what to do with my cup. So it's going to be half of a cup once I find my thing right in front of me. So I'm probably going to go a little less than half of a cup of milk. And honestly, that's it. Those are the ingredients. So right there, that's my pancake. Gonna mix it up nice and good. Don't want to overmix. Just till everything's combined nice and well. No big noticeable chunks. And you want it to have a great consistency. You don't want it to be too dry or too runny. And then the next ingredient, chocolate chips, my favorite. Don't have a whole lot, but we'll add them in there. Chocolate chips, $2 at Kroger. They finally actually went back to their big ones. It's just funny how it changes, though. And that's that. That's your mix. This one's actually, I feel, is a little runny compared to what it usually is, but we got our nice pancake mix there. So, what I do is I turn my burner on. What pan I'm using is just this little pan right here. This is a great pan. So I'm going to get that going about medium-low heat, get our pan warmed up. And what I do is I always have butter. If I'm using butter and I use like half a stick, I'll use the other half for pans when I'm wiping things down, greasing things. So I have this stick of butter that I've been using, and I'm going to butter up our pan. And then we'll add in our pancake, and I'll show you that in a second what it all looks like. Be right back. Alright everybody, welcome back. Our pancake's been on here for a few minutes now. One thing I forgot to mention is when you put it on, cover it. And keep it at that low heat. That's what allows your pancake to rise and cook over time. So you know when it's ready, you'll kind of start to smell, especially with chocolate chip pancakes, they'll burn a little bit on the bottom of the pan. You'll also see the bubbles coming up on top. You'll also be able to slide your pancake around a little bit. This one's going to be mega thick, and so I can tell there's some loose liquid on the top still, but it's ready to flip. I don't know if that's a great view. I don't want to flip it too much. So we're going to go ahead and flip it over. And there we go. Cover it back up. Second half doesn't take as long. So you just let that finish cooking. We'll have a final picture for you here in a second. I just wanted to bring out to mention in the beginning of the video, just a quick shout out and congratulations to my friend Jordan and his wife Naomi on their wedding. Congratulations, it was a beautiful wedding. Wish you all the best from me, Ray, Franklin, and Alan. That's a great thing. Which made me think, bring everything back to me about my beautiful fiance Rayanne. And, I love her with all my heart. I wouldn't be able to do this without her, allowing me to be who I am, to be the best person I can be. Allows me to wear my cowboy hat when we go to our dates like Cracker Barrel, which is very good. I'm going there Friday night, so if you can catch us at Cracker Barrel, say hi. I know I'll sign an autograph or two. But it made me think, for our wedding that we're planning in our future, I would like to make our cake for our wedding, and that's something I brought up to Rayanne. So if you think you would like to watch a video of me trying to make a wedding cake in the future, comment and like below. Also, any other video ideas you can think of, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment your suggestions below. So now we got our pancake, give it a good old flip there. One more flip. Let's do a double. Alright. There we go. That is our pancake. So what we got there is a pancake about the size of a UFO on there. Not the thickest one I've made, but I will give it credit. It does look great. And don't forget to top off with Mrs. Butterworth, the only other woman in my life, besides Rayanne and my mom. Love you, Mom. Shout out, like, comment, subscribe. Alright, let's taste test this bad boy. I don't put all my syrup on at once. I kind of go by the areas, especially with this thicker cake. It really soaks up that. Oh yeah. Look at that. Let's get a close up. So that's our pancake there. That has some nice chocolate chips, thick, fluffy and moist. You won't get that in a box. Sorry, Aunt Jemima, your box pancakes aren't cutting it today. But your thick and rich syrup is. I want to thank you. Happy New Year. God bless. Thank you.